how hard it is for the commentators. Now they know what is happening. And the biggest rival of US. Hey guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to react to the night Osama Bin Laden was killed. And in India, it was a very, very big news, and it was like, oh my God, America has finally did it. America finally did it, and like in India, it was all about like why India cannot do it, because in India also there are many like people who have been hiding in Pakistan, and we want to kill them because like Dawood Ibrahim, who did a similar kind of a terrorist attack in India, and even you can say even a more murderous terrorist attack in Bombay, where like they burned down many of the buses and cars, and they about had 6 or 7 bomb blasts in Mumbai, due to which many people got killed. So due to that, everywhere in India there was only one voice, that why can't India do something like this? Like we should also try and do something like this, and we should kill our like traitors, and like go out there in Pakistan or somewhere wherever these traitors are based, and we should kill them. So this is what the feeling was there in India. I don't know what happened in America, so I'm very excited to see.
Yes, this even America took 9 to 10 years for killing Laden, for finding Laden where he has been hiding since so many years, and then America finally found him and then killed him. So even not only America, the whole, I guess every country was happy after hearing this news that he's killed. And even this operation was named Operation Neptune Spear. And I have read that Laden was hidden in Pakistan, and the army who killed him was hidden in Afghanistan, like far away from him, and they find him out and finally killed him. And everybody was surprised actually after hearing this news, actually happy in hearing this news. And it is obvious that something or the other might have going in America at that time, because nobody knew that we are going to achieve this big thing. So let's watch it out, that what was happening at that time in America.
Yeah, he was in about Pakistan, and they were in Afghanistan. I've seen all the operation highlights, but I don't know what was happening in America at that point of time, and how the news broke out. So that would be very exciting to see. And also, if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, and also you can join our channel and become our member and become our Patreon. So you can follow that link in the description box below. So let's watch this video.
We had a division rivalry between the Mets and the Phillies. The ballpark was full. It was a really lively atmosphere, but at the time I just thought I was sitting down to do a regular baseball game.
We didn't know what was going on, we just knew something special happened. And I don't know how to describe that, when you don't know what's going on, but you know it's special.
Oh, they had a feeling inside them.
The afternoon was spent on pins and needles. I wasn't watching sports that night.
Of course, how can the president at that point of time?
Another packed house here at Citizens Bank Park, and an awfully nice night for a ball game here in Philadelphia. The New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies, Sunday night baseball.
A regular day for everyone.
When a New York team and a Philadelphia team get together.
I think for the most part we respected one another, but I think certainly we didn't like each other.
When I was wearing red and white pinstripes, I couldn't stand orange, black, and blue. I just couldn't.
The Mets-Phillies rivalry, it's based on proximity. There's a little bit of a big brother, little brother issue going on, I think.
It's always extra special, obviously. That rivalry was always electric atmosphere.
Even in our production meeting prior to, I remember someone making the point that this is the only show in town. And by that, I mean really the only major sporting event going on across the country. And that's not often the case.
Oh, wow. Bottom of the 6th inning.
No 2 count on the lead.
So that's when the news broke out.
On the swing of the foul tip held by Paulino, Lee strikes out, 1 down.
At the same when the White House announces. Oh.
Watching the game, we have monitors here, watching Twitter on the laptop, and the White House reporters that I follow, they started talking back and forth about the president has called a news conference.
Our news editor, Claire Smith, passed a note along at some point to me, POTUS news conference tonight. to me, honestly, I'm locked in on what's going on in the field. I'm not even factoring in what this could mean.
Everybody is focused on the match only. That was the big day moment of that day. And how everything changed at the bottom of the 8th inning.
It was a one-run ball game. The tying run was on base, and Ryan Howard's coming up. But all of a sudden, you become aware of something else.
I looked down at my phone and I got a text from a buddy who always watched games, and he said they got Bin Laden.
Bobby nudged me with his elbow and showed me his phone. This isn't in the play-by-play handbook. They don't tell you how to deal with this one.
Wow.
There were rumors that Osama Bin Laden had been, the United States had got him and that they'd killed him.
Tom Archer, our producer, right away said, "We're trying to corroborate it. Don't say anything yet. We're preparing a statement."
Whoa.
So you try to put it out of your mind for a second, and you keep calling the game.
They've only got 2 hits in this game.
How hard it is for the commentators. Now they know what is happening.
Mayberry getting away. The throw
And the biggest rival of US.
And the Phillies have tied it.
When we understood what was happening and that this was less a rumor and more fact, we said we're going to bring the announcers on camera at the end of the 8th inning.
Ground ball to second, inning over. Some breaking news for those of you who have been with us on the ball game. ABC News is reporting that Osama Bin Laden has been killed, and a presidential news conference is upcoming momentarily.
I think thereafter, we had our eyes open for when that bit of news was going to find its way into the 40,000 plus people who were at Citizens Bank Park.
So even before the news conference, they revealed it.
Yes.
Top of the
At the
ninth.
very beginning of the 9th inning, my now wife, fiance at the time, just happened to be on her phone, I guess. It wasn't the most entertaining game for her.
On CNN, an article popped up about, it's not confirmed yet, but it looks like Bin Laden has been killed. And then, I turned to my fiance and said, hey, look at this is something.
My friend next to me, she suddenly lets out a, oh my God, we killed Bin Laden. After that, everything changed.
Obviously. Oh.
Gotta chant USA as the news goes through the crowd.
There were 2 events going on at once. One was a baseball game, and one is a hugely significant world event, which people, one by one, are finding out about around the ballpark.
And they started to clap.
Once the word was started to leak out, we were told to find people sharing cell phone information with people beside them, find people that were excited jumping up and down. That night, it was pretty easy to find good shots.
That's when I decided to pull out my phone. It just kind of struck me as this is like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of moment.
Wow. I'm getting goosebumps. The one man that you hated for 10 years. And you got him. Finally.
There's no place in the world right now where there are more Americans gathered than in that ballpark. And they were all experiencing this rush of emotion simultaneously and spontaneously. The players, of course, had no idea what was going on.
Very rarely do you hear USA chants break out, out of nowhere. So it's kind of just a bit of a state of confusion. Then
somebody should have told them, man.
Yes. But it might have been the distraction then.
And I'm thinking, what national team's playing and who they playing and who they beat?
Was there a soccer game going on? I thought maybe there was a hockey game going on. I was confused, and it kind of took me off of what I was doing.
Just missed outside of the knees. And a base runner for the Mets here in the 9th inning at a 1-1 tie. Wright is running and steals it. Let's go down to field level with Wendy Nix. Wendy?
Well, Dan, you're exactly right. As word begins to filter through the ballpark about Osama Bin Laden, the players, at least in the Phillies dugout, are clearly unaware. They don't have the same devices that we have.
Players are
I
still
was
unaware.
directly adjacent to the Phillies dugout. They're looking at me, and they're looking at each other, and they're looking at their manager, and the obvious question, do you know what's going on?
Somebody has to tell them,
Here
man.
comes the USA chant again.
Wow. It is surreal.
We didn't know what was going on. We just knew something special happened. And you're in the out, but you're in the in. You're a part of it, but part of what?
Part of what? Wow. Such a huge crowd.
Jason Bay is going to be the batter.
I got no idea what's going on, and I'm Canadian, and I'm thinking, I've been called a lot of things, especially in Philly, but the USA thing, they're trying to get under my skin.
2 on, 2 out. Bay the batter.
So
Time
he's
for one in the
trying,
ninth inning.
he's thinking they are taunting him.
In the air to center field. Hitting over.
Middle of the night.
Everybody's coming into the dugout, and we're all kind of looking at each other, and obviously the chants are still going, and we're sitting there going, okay, what's happened here? And the trainer kind of breaks the news to all of us.
That's kind of how it spreads, is by that word of mouth. Obviously, no question, the baseball game becomes secondary to, the news and the president, addressing the country, a few minutes after that.
The White House has just announced that the president will address the nation about 1 minute from now.
Wow. So did they stop the game? 11:35 p.m.
Good evening.
Oh, this was
Tonight,
breathtaking.
I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama Bin Laden,
Straight to the
the
point.
leader of
Straight
Al-Qaeda,
to the point.
and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children. What we remembered right away was the chants that we started hearing outside the White House. And, my working assumption is that if people had gathered that quickly outside of the White House, chanting USA, USA, across the country, the same thing was taking place.
Wow.
He assumed it right.
So everybody united. 12:53
That's a
a.m.
strike away from victory.
Are they still unaware? Don't tell me.
I don't
No,
think so.
no, no. They got the news, no?
Got him. The breaking ball to get him Mayberry, and finally the New York Mets hang on to beat the Phillies 2-1 tonight.
Here we are, a team from New York, a team from Philadelphia, rivals, playing one another, trying to knock each other's teeth out, but the game isn't that significant anymore.
It's weird.
Yeah, I
just
thought,
being
why
able
aren't they
to
celebrating
high-five
after
and
winning?
Hug Phillies fans and have that common ground.
Wow.
Fans you're supposed to be enemies with. All of a sudden, it became a moment of celebration, a moment of pride.
For one night,
the boundaries were
it wasn't
removed.
Philadelphia, New York, it was
Yes.
the United States of America coming
Yes,
together.
wow.
That's something special.
Why didn't I see this video earlier? Because this video was so good and so special. Because there is one villain in your country and you want him to get killed. Because he killed a lot of Americans and he gave the worst day ever. Because even till now, like US not celebrate, like commemorates that day, and that day is very saddening day, 9/11. And on that day, everybody gets together and makes sure that they pay tribute to all those people who have suffered through, and for all those people, they lost their friends, they lost their family at that point of time. For them, this day would be so a landmark kind of a day, May 1, 2011, because that they heard the news oh my god, that person is killed, the person who conspirated everything.
Exactly. Even the players said that now when they got the news, now the game was secondary.
Yes,
the news
actually.
was at first, okay, we have got killed Osama Bin Laden, and that badly they want that badly they want him to be killed, that even this much big game was going on, baseball game, that became secondary to them, and the whole stadium was shouting USA, USA. Even the players were confused at first at what is happening, what is going on. They were getting distracted by that crowd, that why are suddenly out of nowhere they shouting that USA, USA. Even that Canadian players started thinking, are they taunting me or what? But no, even Obama, the president, assumed that, okay, whenever he will announce the news, the crowd will gather out out of White House, and that exactly same thing happened, and they celebrated. I think they might have obviously celebrated that day when they got this news. So it was an amazing video to watch, that how people got this surprising news when they were indulged into another big thing for them, that was a baseball game, and they quickly diverted their mind to that news, and then again they got into that into that game. So that was amazing thing to watch and to know.
Yes, and as I was saying, like in India also, because everybody was so glad about it, because like Osama bin Laden is also very hated in India too, because of course he's a terrorist and every terrorist should be hated in each and every country. So that was the case, like everybody celebrated that. And the thing was the swag with which Mr. Obama delivered
Exactly.
it. Like straight to the point, and that's it. Like, okay, America has done this and America has killed this guy. Nothing, like no beating his chest also. Like he could have been like, okay, we have done it, we did this, we did that. No beating of chest, like coming straight to the point, and that's it, I'm going, okay, that's over. So that just shows that their main point was just to kill him, not to show
he
anything
could have
anyone
made that thing, that he could have
blown it out of proportion.
Yes, blown it out, and he could have said a little speech earlier that, but no, he just straight came to the point, and he knew the importance of that one sentence, that he is killed. So he directly came to the point and gave the news,
because that one sentence sent shockwaves around the world, and that was very big moment. So I think so that can only be done by the US, because it was because only US that there was no retaliation by Pakistan, because Pakistan could never ever think of even retaliating to US, because US gives a lot of funding to Pakistan, and also US is also too powerful for Pakistan. So that is the case. So how did you guys find this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
subscribe to our channel.
Bye.
Bye.